allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I would entertain a motion for the amended agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the amended agenda, which include interloan from general basic to wellness program.
All right, with that, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. How about the minutes?
I actually read those over, Peggy sent them, looks just like what we did done this past Monday. I make a motion to approve the minutes from 12/17.
You're approving what she sent out then?
Looks good to me. Yeah.
What I read them too. Do we have a motion and a second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. General public concerns. I don't think any of the people we have here are general.
They just look generally concerned, but I don't know about past that.
Okay.
Because you didn't say to put me on.
Okay.
You want
If
to
we
speak?
get done, we can visit. Okay.
I got your note.
All right.
Or he could be part of the, general public concerns, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you wanna be part of the general then? Now I gotta take back my statement of you didn't look general.
Okay, as you know, I sent you, the letter of resignation from, my chief deputy, Brian Rickless. He wants to resign, effective, January
Yeah.
2019. I just wanna give permission to move forward and start advertising for the new position.
First of all, don't really wanna,
No, we don't.
No. I don't
Was this, like, unexpected, or had he given you some prior...
He kinda,
I know he's had some, I know his
Yeah.
shoulder, I just keep thinking about his shoulder,
Yep.
and I don't know,
Yeah.
he's just tired of it, or it's
no, I
moving
don't
up,
think he's
or...
tired of it. I think he's just getting tired of, injuries and stuff,
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
Well, that's-
And the acceptance of that resignation will be on your next agenda, January 2nd.
Yeah, we really don't wanna see him go at this point.
No, absolutely.
that will give you a chance to work him a little bit.
Yep. Well, he's taking vacation time right now, so.
How can Dean work him when he's on crutches?
Well, that's a good point.
To beat him with his crutch, yeah.
But I just want, if it's all right with you, I'd just like to start advertising and get that going and.
Get the process,
Yep.
ball rolling, so.
You need a motion on that?
Nope.
No, we
But
can't.
better sooner than later.
But I just wanna, if I can just get a. add a little-
Consensus of the board.
Okay, we don't
So,
want to, but I guess
no, we don't like
I'll
it.
continue to pick his brain and see if we can't change his mind.
Mhm.
Coax a couple more, 8, 10 more years out of him would be good.
Mhm.
Can
Yep.
All right, and we see you're out moving, so we're making progress there.
Yep, get my stitches out of my foot on January 3rd, so.
You're praying for nice weather too, then?
Yes.
No slippy, no...
Yeah, I don't wanna.
Be careful.
Don't wanna clean out my driveway yet.
I saw your wife at the last auction, she said her favorite guy carrying stuff out to the vehicle wasn't there, so...
Nope.
We took that as you're accumulating a lot less.
Yes, that's nice.
That's how I figured it.
Mhm.
Can't carry it, can't accumulate it.
Yep, I would agree.
All right, Ben.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck, Dean.
Take your chauffeur back.
Be careful. Like I said, tip him well.
Just like-
Keep all in your
The
arms.
governor sits in the back seat, you get to sit in the back seat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Merry Christmas, Dean.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
8:02, you're late again.
It's pretty good comparatively.
Right?
Same day, it's the same day.
I'll take a minute. I had, 2 items on the agenda today, for finalizing out a couple of box culvert projects that Rognus Brothers did. We've got them listed in the claims that you guys have. First one is project, LC 172800, final voucher number 2, for $3,683.77. This is the project south of Thor that they completed.
Motion to pay
We have a
Rognus
motion
for
for,
LC's 172800 for $3683.77.
I'd second that motion.
and a second. So is that everything?
That done?
Everything then?
That's paying for everything on that. The only thing that we got left to do is go put some grass seed in. So
Okay.
we're trying to get grass established.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. You wanna do these together, or you wanna do them
We
separate?
can do them separate.
Okay, motion and a second, any other
I
discussion?
got a question.
Oh,
Does that require resurfacing, or is this, I don't know what road
There,
it's on?
yeah, we'll end up resurfacing it sometime next year. We'll get, blacktop service. They've got,
You have others,
there's others, yeah.
but this wasn't part of their deal.
No.
Okay,
We included it in part of yours
Right.
because the DOT was paying 80%.
bingo, yep, but this is a separate deal.
Right.
Okay, so this, yep, good deal, that's all, that's my only question.
all in favor?
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carries.
The last voucher that I've got is final voucher number 3 for project LC 372105 for $3,807.45. This is the project north of Hardy. This was the first one that they completed. And again, that's everything except for seating. So,
And that's also,
and that'll be, the surfacing for that one will be covered because we're doing Hardy North next year. So we're just gonna thicken the concrete through there.
Okay,
Motion to pay Rognus for LC 372105 for $3,807.45.
I'll second Dave's motion.
motion and a second, any other discussion? All those in favor? Pose same sign, motion carries.
That's all that I have. Appreciate you guys letting me jump onto your
Well,
agenda
Well,
today.
you
might as well for that, yeah, get it,
You
get
haven't
it
seen
done.
our bill yet, 'cause I saw your bill in there, I assume our second truck showed up.
Our second truck showed up on, Tuesday. And, they had their lead mechanic there, I guess, to do a couple of things that they'd forgotten on the first truck. To bring that up to, I guess, what we had spec'd out. So all it was mainly, changing the hydraulic lines so that they're not underneath the tailgate sander and they're off on the sides of the trucks. So,
These trucks come with all new equipment,
yes,
plow, everything?
new plow, new everything, yep.
Hamilton County interested in borrowing one?
She never did get back to me. I called and left a message with her assistant engineer on Monday and told him that we had a truck available if they got into a bind.
Mm-hmm.
And, at that time, she was in an insurance meeting.
They're pretty stressed out. I talked to one of their supervisors, because you'd already mentioned it.
Yes.
And I said, you know, we got an extra truck, and, so they're aware of it. They should be aware of it.
The good thing is it doesn't look like there's any snow in the
Not
next
too much right
30
away.
days, you know, so.
Well, boy, you're really optimistic, 30
The
days.
days are
That's
getting
one of my
longer.
guys said 30, I said, well, I'll take it.
I'll take, I was hoping 90, but,
Yeah.
Gotta get that grass seed planted.
Yeah, that's just it. If we had any kind of moisture or anything in the upcoming, we could try and throw a little bit out. I mean, usually the best thing is if you know you got your first snow coming in and you know it's gonna stay, cast it out and let the snow basically be a insulation blanket on it.
well, you know, this would be what they call frost seeding. You could do, actually do that about any time, and then you get a little freeze thaw and the snow on top of it, be awesome.
The problem with it is we probably need to rake it in. I mean, because the time of year that we did it, there's large dirt clumps, you know, so what we end up doing is we go in there with, basically a box frame rake and drag it around to try and break up the clumps of dirt and then seed it at that
You
time.
wasn't here to make it. Last official duty and you forgot to come in
I'm
early and
sorry.
make coffee.
I'm sorry.
We forgive you, Carl.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, visiting with Ben yesterday, was it yesterday we talked, he said they kinda have a skeleton crew, so hopefully everybody's trying to get their last days of vacation that have them, and
We've got a few guys, yeah, that are scheduled for Monday, because of secondary road employees, they work Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, but then they get their floating holiday per union contract. So we've got a few guys that have requested off already. The flu bug is going around. I think I know Mike Whiter's missing from this shop. I haven't checked with the other shops, but, his boy was sick Wednesday, I think.
I heard it was in schools, and so it's holidays, everybody gets
Yeah.
together, you change bugs, and
Yep.
Kinda like Rick Pearson's.
like that, Rick sounded like...
He wasn't right from being on the airplane a couple weeks ago.
Right.
He got sicker than a dog.
So,
And there's nothing worse when you're on an airplane, so.
Yeah, he just caught that. Well, the thing, Ben, like you said, if you keep the eternal optimism, we don't really have a snow, it's good timing.
Yeah.
To be short, handed, don't like to be, but...
And then, like, you know, the guys are finding things to keep themselves busy without the snow. They're
Able to get after those trees?
cutting trees, yep. I would say, I've heard, over half a dozen people, I guess, have called or ran into me and said that they really like what they did for the trees down by Kirkhoff's and...
Yep.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yes.
Opened everything up.
Bulverding
so-
Hill looks nice too, there up
It's a
through
very
Going
Going
to
up
the-
if you don't have that.
Very good project anywhere
Yeah.
that needs it.
Yep, so we'll continue, as long as there's no ice on the ground, to try and get down in the ditches and cut trees and...
That's awesome.
Well, again, send our best wishes for all of them, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and same to you and your family.
Same to you guys.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Ben.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Ben.
Merry Christmas.
Shortest day of the year.
With that, we,
Oh, and happy winter. This is the first day of winter.
This is the first day of winter?
Yep.
Looks like it's been here for a while.
I know, but now it's official.
anyone have a chance to look through, look through the claims?
I looked through them, I come up with, $270,601.65. And drainage of $22,606. I make a motion to approve them.
All right, for the numbers as Dave stated, were, I think, the same numbers that I had down, so I have a motion.
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, Peggy, anything you have that needs to be brought up?
I need to have the board approve a temporary internal loan from general basic to the wellness fund. The wellness money will be coming from our partial self-funding, but it's not here yet. I'm supposed to turn the bills into them, and then they in turn will send us a check or pay the bill for us. We decided to run it through our books so that we have something on paper so we know what's going on. So I sent the bills off, but it's gonna be 8 to 10 days before she has any kind of a check, maybe even longer. But we need to pay the bill for the, health club, the rec club memberships, so they can start January 1st.
Does that take,
So-
board action to transfer it back in, like comes in?
No.
Doesn't?
So
Well,
basically, it's
I'll
just,
probably have you do that,
just
but-
make sure it's all on,
yeah. So when you're doing an internal loan, it can only be for the fiscal year that you're in, so it wouldn't be any later than June 30th, but I'm sure that it's gonna be, within a month. We'll probably flip it back around and we'll have the other money to operate with, but,
so you need a motion,
mhm.
and we need a motion on that?
I would move we approve the internal loan from general basic to wellness so we can pay our bills.
There you
And I
are.
was saying
I'll second it.
approximately 15,000 is what I'm gonna,
Okay?
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and then that will be brought back once the check is received from the county, or to the county, so it'll be put back as soon as it's back in our possession.
mhm,
Well, it's what you might call a short-term loan.
yeah.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any, do you wanna go over your committee reports?
All I
Do you have
can say is thank you very much, people, for what you did for me. It's been enjoyable, nice family. And I did go to Wright County, I went to I went to Carroll County, Sioux County, and this is by far the best party there was.
Well, that's good.
I apprappreciate it very much.
That's good to hear.
And one of the,
I would pass that on to this lady
this
because I
gang
think
in the office did a great job.
they were
Yeah, they did.
Johnny on the spot, and when I got here, it was like, holy moly, there's a lot of people. I couldn't even get into the room to get near you, so I just stood out in the hall and waited till you come out for a breath of fresh air.
They even talked about you yesterday in Carroll, about the big guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Some guy that knew you.
Hmm.
And one thing I would encourage you to do, they twisted my arm, there's Alumni Association for the ISAC. They haven't really publicized it very much, but for $25 a year, you can stay on and get the magazine, and get reduced rates if you wanna go to any of those meetings.
There you go.
And Merlin and Denny and I and Harlan all joined it now, so.
There you are.
I sent my money in, I know it's going in because they cashed my check.
Yeah, they're happy to have it.
Yeah.
It's worth looking at if you have any interest.
There you go.
Thank you very much, it's been an enjoyable 12 years.
We enjoyed having you. I haven't been there for 12 years, but we've enjoyed you in the years that I've been.
Life was made easy because of Peggy.
There you are.
Thank you. You guys make it real easy.
Oh, don't give us too much credit.
Lot of wisdom's gonna be lost with all the reports and all the meetings he goes to.
Yeah.
I'll leave this Alumni Association, you guys aren't ready yet, but somebody might. You can get that on.
I'm pretty sure Peggy will be hearing about the Alumni Association sooner than
Mhm.
later.
Mhm.
One of the things they're gonna be talking about this year, I don't know whether you like it or not like it, but one of the meetings, they're gonna have Jamie Pallard and the governor there, and the governor's gonna get an award in the ISAC meeting. But also, they're gonna talk about CEUs for supervisors. We're the only elected officials in the state of Iowa that don't have to go to school.
No training, no
Right.
schooling other than,
So they're gonna be beating on us pretty good about that.
well, I think that, my opinion, I think that you should have some type of training, some type of schooling, some type of, keep working towards, if you're gonna stay in there, you should have something that you're at least
Doesn't
working
necessarily
towards.
have to be Des Moines, but just to get out of the county once in a
Well,
while.
they call it continuing education.
Right.
Yeah.
Is what they're looking for, I think.
Mhm. I think it'd be good to have you guys support that. At least I think it would be valuable.
All right,
I'll be quiet. Thank you.
Okay, between all my ho-ho-ho duties, I slipped into a meeting for the Region 5 hazmat on the new truck. New meeting, next meeting coming up, we're gonna vote on going ahead with the truck. Between last year and this year, the price of it went up $150,000. So it just keeps going up and up. We're gonna probably raise the counties from from $1.25 to $1.50 per capita. That's coming up for vote, so.
I talked to somebody about that, it was the same meeting, what's it, $700,000 approximately for the truck?
Well, last year.
Okay.
This year it's, 800,
all right.
850 or something kind. And I asked the question, I didn't stay for the whole meeting 'cause I had other duties to get back to, but, I hiked out half hour early. But Melanie was down there, she could probably fill you in on the other stuff, but, the minutes I got back on it, looks like that they're going to go with that. I asked the question, how much stuff on the old truck could be retrofitted over, and also the, 'cause they're gonna keep the old truck and sell it themselves. They'll give us 10,000, I think it was, or something to kind of trade in, but we could sell it ourselves for probably 50. Is what they suspected anyway. They also need a radio right away. I got an email on that last night. I asked the question if it could be put into the other truck 'cause we're talking about $6,000, $7,000, something kind for that, so. Haven't heard back from that yet. That's the only meeting I had,
What day was that one, Dave?
Wednesday.
Okay, the 19th. And was it in Fort Dodge?
Fort Dodge, yes, down to
Rasmussen's on that.
Highway
committee.
Patrol Office is where we're meeting now
Rick
for that.
Rasmussen on there with you?
Yeah.
He's the one that told me
Yeah.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, that was Wednesday.
He thought it was very important we go ahead and buy it.
Yeah, well, we all do, because the price in a year, it's jumped $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have bought it last year.
Yeah,
If it, of course, nobody knew it was gonna go up that much.
yeah, we didn't realize, we knew it was gonna go up a little bit, but not
That's
that much.
ridiculous.
Like bond issues, they fail by 10 votes, and next year it costs you $1 million more.
Well, this past week, on Monday, the 17th, I had a building families meeting at Clarion that afternoon, and, as luck would have it, also had the opportunity, because it was also in Clarion, to attend Stan Watney's open house over there, which was good. Carl made it over to that one too, and it's good for Stan. Of course, on Wednesday, had Carl's good open house here, and I'm glad to see that was well attended by past and present, folks. So, that's my two things this past week.
Okay, Monday I went to Stan's also. Wednesday I had a ministerial meeting, noon, and 2 o'clock I stopped through Carl's open house. This morning I'm running down to Eldora here as we're getting ready to be done for my juvenile detention meeting, so. The other thing I would bring up is, I got a picture here. This is from, Harlan Schultz. This is that on the south side of the road where they're tying in from the main over to one of the old mains. They weren't very happy with this area in here that has wood and some concrete pushed up against the pipe. Just kind of concerned as to how that wood would deteriorate over time, and if that would cause, I said I would bring it before the board, and we'll keep it,
And on to that, goes, you know what, it's going along with the whole concerns on that project.
right.
And were you gonna mention what you...
I did, or I haven't. I sent you all, I visited with Rick Hopper yesterday, just for the simple fact that, being it's getting towards the end of the construction season, I wanted to know what their plans were gonna be out there, so we could have it in writing. I had Rick, send, or put together an email that Trish was supposed to have gotten. We all got a copy, I'm hoping you did. It gives the start date, it gives the,
See that?
hub location, it gives all of the information where they're at now, what their plans are, if it turns cold in 10 days, are we gonna keep working, or are we gonna just walk away from it? It's, I think it kinda outlines, and I hope I didn't overstep my bounds, but I think we, at least as a county, we wanna have us sign it, we wanna have Hopper's, firm sign it, we wanna have King sign it, so that we all know if it freezes in January, where we're at and where we're gonna be. So, if you have any input, you can reply back to him, Hopper, and he'll change the letter accordingly. Otherwise, I think, next week, it's, the 4th or 9th, we gotta...
What is our actually official next meeting?
January
Second.
2nd.
Second.
Second.
So, we should be able to reply by then, but I just thought, I'd like to know what we're gonna wear and what King's plans are. What are you guys' thoughts? Mike?
I know we've had
Too
bad,
cautious, or...
That'd be a good idea.
we've had bad weather, but that should have been done. That project, they've drug it on, and halfway done it. I think we ought to impose the fine against them, the $250 per day, and stick with it. till they get it done. If they can't get it done through the winter, keep the fine going and let them pay for the dadgum thing in the spring. And there's no sense, it shouldn't have been done.
I guess my biggest concern was yesterday, and me driving, I've been hauling out of Laverne, so I went up with my first load before 7 to load at Laverne, and the lights weren't on. When I came back at 8-ish, the machines were moving, so, you know, their timetable, and they were still going at 4:40 when it was starting to be dark, so I know they were there all day, and they are back on the north side, and they are digging, and, I guess, good news is they're still digging. I just wanna know where we're gonna be if second week in January, if we don't have the weather that Ben was, you know,
Yeah.
30 days out. 30 days out, we would have them up the hub a long ways, but we get 20 to 10 degrees below zero for a few nights like it can be in January, we're gonna have a place, they're gonna be shut down.
That's right.
So, I guess that's the reason I talked with Rick, and hopefully we can get something in writing and a plan, and we'll go from there, so.
Well, I think that's a good deal, but I mean, when you look at the approximate location where they are versus where they need to end up, it just,
They're a long way,
it just blatantly shows
Move it
that,
around.
right.
yeah, it's, like Dave said, it's just really unacceptable.
And Dave and Rick is, you know, he says, I feel bad, I'm mad like you guys are, but we just have to figure out what we're gonna do and where we're going, so that's the plan.
I don't think it hurts to have a write-up, everybody agree what's gonna happen, how you're going forward. Shouldn't make anybody unhappy.
I wouldn't think so, I don't think that they're gonna hide behind anything, thinking that they got the wool pulled over our eyes, so at least we're on record to
Well,
say,
We're still facing the fields with the seed corn.
yep,
And, you know, how many times have we said to Rick Hopper that you relay the gravity of this situation, that isn't just an average corn or soybean field. It's how many times more valuable crop, and that's those guys' livelihood.
right.
So,
Well-
yeah, thanks for getting him to put this together.
I guess, like I said, if you wanna reply, if you have anything in there you think should be added or deleted, just reply to that email back to Rick. It's in each one of yours, hopefully, we'll get it dealt with and go from there. That's all I got.
I think you done a good job on it.
Yeah, thanks for getting that
I
done.
think I better get moving or...
You officially get to turn the reins over this guy, right?
Well,
Not till
not
the
till,
second.
she won't let me do it right away, I'd do it yesterday, but...
Yeah, just a few more.
I remember last year when Rick moved down there and I was here and Peggy looked like, "That, you guys are too early." I'm gonna wait till the lady tells me I can move. With that, I'd look for a motion.
Peggy, got anything else?
Nope, got some things for you to sign, but that's it.
Second that.
Motion and a second.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same